Hello, hello, I am Darkness, and welcome back to BioShock, which actually I'm going to even put down the controller before I even really start, because I have a few things to say. The biggest thing I have to talk about is the fact that we just turned a big corner with the story. So, I was kind of tired, I was kind of getting exhausted, and I didn't really delve into it, plus the video was running long for last time. And I really kind of want to discuss for 2 seconds what really in this game changed kind of how you told stories in a first-person shooter, because in a lot of first-person shooters, a story like this had never really been told. Actually, this really was a kind of a game changer, and it didn't come about out of just luck. Levine was heading up the team that made BioShock, and he came across a lot of resistance with a lot of ideas he wanted to do, especially the idea that you're preying on little sisters, and they had to add things in, and they had test runs go of the game. And they didn't go so well. They had other test runs that they redid and revamped some things. They didn't have cutscenes before. They kind of added in the beginning story of hijacking the plane and landing in the Atlantic. But the biggest thing that they did from the get-go that I think is different in this game from any other game really is kind of the idea of choice. The perception of choice, and kind of the story as they tell it, how they unfold it, and how they present it to everyone. Another little interesting tidbit before I get too deep is the fact that they changed the voice to being of Atlas to being the accent that you hear instead of an American Southern drawl that was originally Atlas's voice. And they said that his actions were deceitful with the Southern drawl, but as soon as it had that more cheery voice to it, that kind of that phrase of the "would you do this" and what it ended up turning into "would you kindly" sounded more natural and sounded more trustworthy, especially when compared to Ryan. Now let's talk about for a second why to me this is one of the biggest game changers, why first-person shooters all of a sudden could turn into these great RPG type storytelling platforms that really they weren't as known for. There are a few exceptions out there. There are always a few exceptions, but this game's plot is very unique. You can go through this game, get to this point, and never really pick up on what the hell is going on around you. And that is a biggie. You can go through, I'm hoping to keep this rant to 5 minutes because I've already done this rant once and the recording didn't come out, so I'm having to actually replay some of this. But the biggest thing about it is that you can go through, and unless you're picking it apart and actually like trying to put it together in your head, the background of Rapture, what happened, the decline, who you're listening to when it comes to Atlas, who you're listening to when it comes to Andrew Ryan and to Tenenbaum, and kind of putting together all the voice recordings. That's the big thing. The storytelling done through kind of the past of people's perceptions of living in this whole environment as it's thriving and as it's collapsing really does have a picture for you to paint if you're really trying to wrap your mind around what everyone's saying actually has like a time and a place and a reason for being said. And so the biggest things I want to point out is that you really, like I already said, you didn't really have to play this game and pick up on anything major happening other than that this is kind of a dystopian kind of universe that you're playing an FPS shooter in. You've got something like plasmids, but if you played System Shock, that this kind of system isn't necessarily the most new. You have a major antagonist that you're going through a city to destroy. Unlike System Shock, you're controlled instead of by doors being locked and finding ways to unlock doors, which is what most first-person shooters that have you dungeon crawl a little bit like this, if that's the right term for that, do. They lock doors and they have you find a way to unlock the door. This game kind of had a way of making you do things by having that phrase, "would you kindly?" You're kind of just led to do the next thing, and the reason why you wouldn't go and search off yonder way is because you're being told not to do that. And it comes down to the perception of choice. The only real choice you ever had in this game so far, now that you've seen Andrew Ryan and all that jazz, is and heard his spiel, is the fact that you got to choose whether to save these little girls right here or to harvest them. And it is a big deal. I don't know if I pointed the right way because it's flipped when it comes to all that jazz. Does it flip? Yeah, that means I pointed the correct way. Cool, whatever. Little girls. So, you got to either save them or you got to harvest them. And that's the only real choice. That's the only time that Atlas isn't telling you, would you kindly do something, which is a big deal. It's a big deal. It's your only real choice. And as you get deeper into this, you feel like something is wrong. If you're playing it and the closer you get to Andrew Ryan, something should feel very wrong with especially Andrew Ryan and what he's doing, especially if you've been listening to McDonough's recordings, and if you've been listening to Tenenbaum's and a little bit of, we're gonna hear, I can't put names, I can't think of names right now, but what I'm really trying to get at is this is a dystopian universe because of the ideals it's supposed to be built on, and then the ideals that weren't upheld. And so Andrew Ryan really is an objectivist. Objectivism is a big part of this game. He calls it the Great Chain. He's trying to escape from the overhead of having to answer to a government or to church or to a system where you have to share. And it's coming a lot from Ayn Rand's kind of philosophies of objectivism. She came up with the whole shindig. And a lot of the parallels from this, from Andrew Ryan, can actually be drawn straight from Atlas Shrugged, which is the first book she wrote that the objectivism ideals were really shoved down the throat. I mean, even to the point of, he talked about that they tried to make national parks, take some of his forest land on the surface and make it into a national park, and his response to that of having government take something that they didn't earn, that wasn't theirs, that they shouldn't tread on, and to share it with people that didn't earn it, was to burn it to the ground. I can't remember the character in Atlas Shrugged, but it was burning down the oil fields and then running off to Galt to get away from all that jazz. So there, the differences between Galt, though, and Andrew Ryan are vast in their actual outcome of what happens in the end, as Atlas Shrugged is kind of a book that kind of appeals to the idea that objectivism can come to fruition, where this is kind of the other side of things, that you get to see what happens when ideals are upheld and then when they kind of start to disintegrate. So if you're not familiar with objectivism, I'm not going to try to bore you, but I'm going to try to quickly say what that is. It's kind of got these tenets of there's an objective reality and there's a subjective perception of it. So the objective reality, everything has a purpose and a name and a place. It's got its own, it has its own thing going. You can't change it. It's objective. That is what it really is. Your reality is how you subjectively perceive that, and that is what reason, where reason comes from, is from you trying your best to take your subjective notion on an objective reality and make sense of nature and everything and how it evolves and is there and all that kind of jazz. So, those tenets are some of the two biggest, but the next two actually kind of sum up more of what Rapture is about, especially when it comes to government, because we're talking about a laissez-faire government where government is hands-off, and that you reap what you sow, and that you don't get anything that you didn't actively earn by being selfish inherently. So if you heard Andrew Ryan in the last video, he's talking about the fact of me not understanding as a player, as Jack, what it took to build this place, what it took to make it, and he's actually the whole game been talking about parasites. And if you just switch out parasites with looters, you got another Galt reference over there in Atlas Shrugged. But when you look at what Andrew Ryan has been talking about, he's been talking about a city that was built on the idea that what you did, what you earned, was really what you should get. That you work hard and you get it. And that's half of it. The other half is that the government shouldn't be stepping in and doing anything about it other than to uphold the rights of a human being to be able to pursue their goals and get what they earned. And the government shouldn't be stepping in to take over anything, to do anything other than, and they another big thing is that you don't infringe on the rights of other people using violence, especially. You don't take what's not yours. Again, goes to being the parasite, the looters, whatever you want to call them. That's when you don't earn something that it's stealing and it's not right, and it's infringing upon the right of somebody else to inherently be selfish. When I was changing over to Andrew Ryan's main lair, I can't remember the name all of a sudden. I just drew a blank. Oh my god! that he said, in the end, you are you and I am I, pretty much, and that we are selfish. And that is a big objectivism kind of goal and reality, is that you're a selfish human being and that you earn what you earn and then trade, free market with other people is what dictates the market. And he calls it the Great Chain. And so he built a city kind of built on objectivist tenets and rules, and it worked. So we've got a city that was built, if I remember correctly, you can post it right after World War II, because the last straw for Andrew Ryan was pretty much the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan in World War II. It was the pinnacle of the parasite being able to take whatever they want. That you can just kill and infringe on the rights of others to express their ideals and beliefs, to work hard for what they want. And that bombing kind of sent him out of there. And I can't remember if it's actually in this game, in the book, or in other background, but he also came out of a country the same country, actually, I believe in the backstory that Ayn Rand comes from, where he just fled from this kind of communist, everything's shared, the Bolshevik revolution. And he kind of was jaded by that, came to America thinking that the sweat off of your brow is what gets you whatever. And the government even steps in there, and then the church steps in at some points. And so it kind of starts making this character of Andrew Ryan, who doesn't want hands-on for any of that, which is completely consistent with the objectivist ideals. So we're going to a place where he's going to make a city. He's going to make it underwater. It's impossible to make it anywhere else than underwater, because on land it is either subject to government or religion, and there should be hands-off completely from those things. The market should be dictated simply by the Great Chain, his terminology, but by pretty much the sweat off of your brow and what you earn, you keep, and you trade with others to get the other thing that you want. Selfish desires that should not be trampled on by the government. This game really tells you a backstory of how that flourishes and fails. And I don't need a hint. I'm just talking about the character development of Andrew Ryan. Actually did what he said he was going to do. He made the city. In the 40s and 50s, it's thriving. And they're making leaps and bounds that aren't seen on the surface. And that's why we've got this kind of steampunk yet futuristic technology mashed up into one. I needed to get his genetic key to override everything, and I had to have his genetic key to get access to some things like the Vita Chambers, which is a huge thing once you now think about it and once you realize what Jack is as a character. So I'm mostly talking about Andrew Ryan really right now, but Andrew Ryan held those ideals and gave people, the artists, the freedom to create, the scientists to explore, the people had their way of what they wanted to do, and the only reason he had a policing force really is to make sure that the parasites don't do things they're not supposed to do. Then there came Fontaine. Fontaine started changing the game by actually taking the discovery of Adam and making plasmids and kind of having this new business and a smuggling business to kind of start this underground business proposition that Andrew Ryan wasn't completely aware of the potential of what plasmids and Adam could do. Even though he was advised that he needed to get in on the game, he really didn't. He thought it was kind of its own thing. Then he saw that Fontaine with the poor and the hungry and the trampled on in the society, because this society does lean heavily towards those that are privileged in the first place, heavily towards those who have made a name for themselves, and it's a very top-heavy society. So we've got a bunch of girls who are being taken against their will, and we'll find out more about these girls and about the big daddies, and so I won't talk as much about them, but they are part of the underclass, and Fontaine is kind of riling up, as you could tell from the fisheries, the audiobooks from there, the underclass to pretty much take over this place, that they had the means to do so, and Andrew Ryan finally started realizing what was going on. Now he starts taking a few steps that really go against objectivism at its very core. One of the things he starts doing, he starts putting a ban on smuggling, which that could be considered parasite, but then he makes a declaration that smuggling and having contact with the upper world is actually punishable by death. And when he makes that step and starts policing what people can do, even if it's not smuggling, but the idea that he's killing people, he's infringing on somebody's rights, that's the first time he really breaks away from the tenets that made Rapture. And he still thinks he's doing something to make it so Rapture can still thrive. But that doesn't solve it. Fontaine is becoming more and more powerful in the underground, and he's having so much influence that it's threatening Andrew Ryan. And it comes to a head when he decides that he can actually take it into his own hands and attack the smugglers, which is the biggest thing that really drove him to Rapture in the first place. The idea of attacking those who oppose your rights and oppose the idea that you can do whatever you can make, all those blah, blah, blah. He attacked them. And that wasn't even the last straw. But this is all story that's being told before we ever get to this cutscene, and it's really interesting to know that the story is being told without ever it being shoved down your throat. You can go and find it, but all the pieces start coming together and making it into a holy shit, what just happened moment. And so Fontaine, he attacks Fontaine. Fontaine pretty much fakes, not pretty much, he fakes his own death. And by faking his own death, he got to come back as this character of Atlas. Atlas isn't a smuggler. Atlas isn't somebody who's kind of got this market that, you know, is kind of being cornered and having this. He's got a clean record. And with a clean record, now he can be the stand-up person for the underclass. And the underclass being trampled upon is actually a theme that runs through all of the BioShocks. And an upper and a lower class, and the discontinuity between the ideals and what actually happens, the what should be and what isn't, and the fact that there's the privileged, there's the haves and the have-nots, and there's a huge like gaping chasm that separates the two. The biggest straw of breaking the back for everybody that was following Andrew Ryan this whole time was the fact that he nationalized Fontaine Futuristics, which means that he took it under the control of the governmental body of Rapture. That is the biggest no-no in objectivism. He had McDonough he resigned and put a nasty word in, and he knew it wouldn't change anything, but he knew it would sink the ship if he didn't like hand it back over to the people. That the people, that it should be up to Fontaine's estate or the people that are still running the company. It should not be the government infringing upon one of the biggest business aspects in Rapture. It's laissez-faire. It's hands off. You don't touch it. And by this point, he has gone against every single thing that he made Rapture into being. And so now this character Atlas can come along. He isn't a criminal. He's a person standing up saying, not only are we trampled, but we have a hypocrite running this country, or running this civilization, Rapture, and that we should rise up and take it back for what it is. And Andrew Ryan does the next thing that is like the absolute last straw, which is he makes a standing army to oppress those who are pretty much trying to work for what they want, and to kill somebody else, to hold your beliefs and your ideals and what you want, to keep power, pretty much, is. And that's when the assassins, when you start hearing the diaries of people wanting to assassinate him, he has, in the very beginning, you're introduced to the idea that he has the splicer army. He has splicers, he has the pheromones that control him. And if you really look at the audio diaries, there's enough there to tell you that Atlas started making kind of an army of splicers to fight back. And when Andrew Ryan figured out that pheromones could control them, Atlas is fucked. His own army of splicers can be controlled now by Andrew Ryan, and so he needs his ace in the hole. And his ace in the hole starts being talked about in some of the diaries that finally start coming about at the very end, when you're starting to figure out and put all the pieces together, and when Andrew Ryan himself is putting all the pieces together. I swore this it wasn't going to be a long talk, but it ended up being one. And so Andrew Ryan really is an interesting character in many aspects, as he really believed he could bring his city back from the abyss when he was the one that sank it with his ideals and what he wanted to do, and going against those ideals and turning the people against him. And he, while disillusioned, also had the notion that he knew exactly what was going on and was putting the pieces together while you are actually in Rapture. When you first arrive, he's accusing you of being CIA or KGB or something else, government from up above, trying to show opposition and put their nose in Rapture where they don't belong. He doesn't understand that this is Atlas doing this, and because he believes Fontaine is dead, and this is the biggest reason why I believe Andrew Ryan never knew that Atlas was Fontaine and Fontaine was actually alive. If he would have known that, then he would have put together that this ace in the hole is actually Atlas doing. He would have put it together sooner. He would have put some of the pieces together sooner, and he might have actually had a way to defend himself. One of the biggest pieces that I put together for you before it had to be spelled out for you was the fact that you could use the Vita chambers, and the Vita chambers are only coded to his genetic structure. He refused to let other people be test subjects for genetic encoding. He wanted the whole city to pretty much run around him. So genetic coding for the doors that he wants to get through. Genetic coding for the alarms and the systems. But genetic coding for the first kind of experiments of putting back together a human being if they are to die. And that is one of the biggest things that you can see in the final moments of Andrew Ryan. He has a Vita chamber that I don't think I might have shown you, and I know I didn't activate. He deactivates the Vita chamber that is hidden around his desk in his own office, because he knows he's going to die, and he's standing up for the last little bit of his ideals and what he thinks is right. And he's trying to do one of two things: either turn you and make you realize that you have control and you choose, or make you realize that you're a slave and you obey. And that is one of the biggest, that speech, that rousing like monologue, is one of the most amazing things in the game, to really make you realize what you really are, that you never had a choice, that you hijacked a plane, brought it down in the middle of the ocean, came in here as the ace in the hole, and you were actually his son. If you see on the board of Would You Kindly, he puts together that Jasmine Jolene, that is his mistress pretty much, that the embryo is taken away from her and sold because she needed the money. And he figured out very quickly that with all this genetic encoding going on in the city, that is a bad thing, and he beats her to death. And that might seem really out there unless you start putting together who you are. And the only other big hint that you have are the chains on your wrist, that you don't have a choice, or it could be alluding to the bracelets or whatever is that's worn. Again, Atlas Shrugged reference, don't have to get into it. But when he puts it together, he realizes really, he says, now that I've seen you face to face, flesh to flesh, blood to blood, something like that, I cannot raise my hand against you. He realizes after he puts it all together that yes, this is indeed his son. This is his genetically age-accelerated son, that now, since he's got half of his genes, can get through all of the different locks, every single different fortification that has protected Andrew Ryan from being able to be overthrown by Atlas, and always having the upper hand no matter what. All of these things can be circumvented by one person if they share his genes. He never had a son until this. He goes off into rage, but that ace in the hole thing doesn't... he knows it's Fontaine and Suchong. They're both dead. And Tenenbaum has no reason to do this to him. So for him to put this together, it's got to be him realizing that Atlas figured shit out. And that Atlas has control now because he has control of you. And when he's putting it together, he's pretty much telling you that you're his biggest disappointment, but he's giving you one last chance. He's not going to fight back against his own son, even if his son is a disappointment, and he's going to try to turn his son. And he's going to try to turn him by telling him what he is. that the memories are fake, his past is fake, but he has a chance. Almost kind of the same thing that is kind of being offered. It's the first choice he's pretty much being given, other than the little sisters. He's being given the choice to actually be side by side with his dad if he can choose. A man chooses, a slave obeys. And he's not necessarily telling Jack to choose not to kill him. He's telling Jack to choose whether he's killing him out of his own ideals, morals, and whether he's doing it for himself or doing it because Atlas is commanding him to do it. And so that's why he's not fighting back. That's why he's just facing him down. And that's why his Vita chamber is completely turned off. He is putting all cards on the table in an idealistic bid of, this is the ace in the hole. This is the last card. If this goes away, I get my city back. And he can't even blow up his city properly. Excuse me again. He can't even blow up his city properly. And that frustration and knowing his demise is impending really kind of puts him in a black and white situation of, he's either going to die, he's either going to live with you by his side, he's going to die because it's your choice to kill your dad, or the last one, he's going to die to a slave who has no other choice. And, his chances are of dying, and his ideals are bunk at this point, and everything else. His character is so fucking complex. It's not even a joke. It's so complex. And Fontaine's character, we'll get more into that as we go along. That his character has been complex from the get-go, that he is acting out whatever he needs to. And I'm still reeling to this day whether he actually wanted to escape Rapture and get to the surface by using the whole story of Moira and Patrick, his wife and son. If he actually did want to escape Rapture, and that Andrew Ryan at the last second blew up his one means of escape, and so he instead decided, okay, time to take over Rapture, because he knew he was a hunted man. Remember, he's backed in a corner. He knows that his own army's even turned against him. Even the person he sends to go fetch you from the bathysphere when you show up gets killed by a splicer. So he's running out of people. He's running out of resources. He has nowhere really to go. I think he really was going to flee and then realize that there is no fleeing anymore. They've got to kill him. And now you've got a character where you realize as a con artist, the biggest con artist that faked his own death, that is the reason why, is the catalyst for why Andrew Ryan would go against his own ideals and beliefs. And now is pretty much wanting to turn this into a city that is completely controlled, run tits to toes, his words, by him, the way he wanted it to be run in the first place, with him at the top, everyone doing what he says. Which, from where he came from, is the biggest dream possible. So, it's just, there's so much packed in, there's so much information, there's so much just shoved in there that you don't necessarily have to pay attention to. And it's groundbreaking in gameplay. It is different. It's never been done. It hasn't been done. It was never done really at this scale in this way before this. A lot of people, myself included, got to Andrew Ryan and thought they were pretty much at the end of the game. We got to Andrew Ryan and had our minds fucking blown. Like, all of this shit all of a sudden was like, you said a what? Like, it was all of a sudden everyone just had to do this whole, like, if the world could all play the game and play that part, the same part through all of ages, if we could just do the ball up string theory of time and have everyone's reaction to when that happened. It was holding the controller, it was playing the game, very much into it, listening to what the fuck is happening, and you're going, no. And then he starts commanding you, and then he tells you to beat him to death. And after all of it's revealed, it's just like it would be like the collective. Like, it would be a collective, like, and you might have screamed out loud like I did, which was more like a, oh my god, What did I just... Oh my god. Oh my god. And then I had to tell someone about it. Like, I tell my mom about it. She doesn't give two shits about the game. I think my mom was the closest person to me when I went through this part. It was either that or Kevin. And I, like, all of a sudden I'm telling her, I'm like, you don't believe it. This is game. There's all these things going on. Blah. But I'm Jack, and I'm actually his son, and whatever. And I came back and I'm been in control. And then the person I've been having, he's actually the main antagonist. And it's whatever. And, like, it's just, like, this fucking mind blown. And then Atlas being Fontaine, and it's just like, give me a second. Like, give me a second to get my brain around this. And then finally, they do give you a second. They give you this place where Tenenbaum has told you finally that you have been under mind control. She releases you from some of it. She does her best to do what she can, and you end up in this place, which is where she's been rescuing the little sisters and taking care of them. So this is where I'll finally start to play. Well, I'll shut up and play. But, I mean, I have to go through it because, really... I mean, good God, there's so many games that come after this that if this game didn't exist, their way of storytelling, of doing a first-person shooter that had this deep of a storyline, like, M. Night Shyamalan looks at this shit and goes, fuck, I've done it wrong. Like, he goes, what's a twist? And then it's a fucking it's not a twist when you figure out that the village is just a secluded place and they're in modern times, she gets hit by a That's not a fucking twist, M. Night Shyamalan. This is a twist. This is how it's done. So anyway, whatever. This is... oh, God. So now I've used up half the video rambling about it, but this is important to me because I really do like dissecting characters. I really do like getting into it. And if this is your first time going through it, I do want to hold your hand for a second and go, I know, but let me help you out. It was here the whole time. I got you. We got this together. But, like, for those of you who have played this before, you might have gone down a rabbit hole on the internet somewhere. Back in the day, you might have made the mistake of going down the 4chan rabbit hole, deciding your opinions here, and then decided by the end of it that human beings are idiots and suck and should all die. Because that's what 4chan makes you think. It makes you laugh and then makes you go, what the fuck? And then it goes, maybe genocide's not so bad. That is 4chan in a nutshell. You're welcome. I just explained it to you if you've never been on there. So anyway, now we're where the little sisters, and it would not be a nice homecoming here if I had not been saving them. They would all be scared of me because I've been the oppressor, but...
Tenenbaum said he'll help us.
Hear that? I've been helping them.
Come with me.
Yeah. Come with me! Come with me if you want to live. Oh, I'm sorry. That was her candy. I forgot. I forgot about the little things like that. I don't need that because I had to replay through the little bit of the last part. I am stocked. I am ready to go. Lock, stock, and barrel. I am ready to go. So.
There he is.
Yeah.
The one who will save us all.
You hear? Yeah.
I like him.
They like me. They like me. You hear that? They like me. I like it that they like me. So anyway, I did have to break that down because it is.
He's here to help us.
Oh, they're all so sweet. So I had to break it down because it's my favorite part of this game where they just kind of like do this mind fuck for you of, hey, you thought you were playing one game. Well, guess what? Maybe you should have paid attention. And it's the replayability of this game completely comes from that. So let's start listening to Fontaine.
And now you've got hooked up with Tenenbaum, huh, kid? She's a regular mother goose. Alright, fun's fun, kid. But now, go get stepped on by a big daddy. Would you kindly? I says, would you kindly go get stepped on by a big daddy?
I don't even have a big daddy near me, so I don't know why so...
Seems like Mother Goose has been playing around in your egg salad. If you won't dance to that tune, I got others. Code Yellow. I just told your brain to tell your heart to stop beating. Not right off the bat, mind you. The heart's a stubborn muscle, but it ain't that stubborn.
So now you're finally starting to see that he has quite a few different ways of being controlled.
Once you are free of Fontaine's control, then you can have your revenge. And we can keep my little ones out of his filthy hands.
Still taking pictures, by the way. I don't know where I was left off with you guys with the picture taking, but I did kind of screw up with remembering what I had exactly done. So I didn't play everything exactly the same. I know that I took more pictures of the bouncer, which means that I've got 50% increase in damage on the wrench now, which I don't think you guys saw because I don't think there was a time for you to see it. So let's hack this. Also, got my auto hack tools up the ass on purpose. We're gonna be using a lot of those because I'm gonna be trying to fly through this. I'm gonna actually go back down and get the other auto hack tool that is left on that dead corpse down there. And I'm gonna try not to hack anything that I really don't have to, because at this point in time in the game, I'm going to start showing you guys that I actually know what I'm doing instead of kind of fidgeting around more than as I have been. It's really hard to actually play well and talk at the same time. Like, it just, when you're talking smack, it is actually just your subconscious coming to the surface. And by the way, there's the great chain sideways, and so you're not really, whatever's at the top of your head, you're not having a filter, and without that filter, there's no reason for you to act one way or the other. There's no reason for you to really, I mean, I'm actually going to manually hack. No, I'm not. But I'm going to break the next one because I really don't need those all that much. I really don't need their help at this point. As Big Daddies, hey there! Okay, I think I need both of your photos. Which one? I don't think I just got an A photo on that. Whoa, that was a C? Let's talk about you. Hey, Nitro Splicer. Let's take a lot of pictures of you. Come on. Come on, 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 come on. I really... You know what I want? What I really want? I want... Yay! I want another level. I'm glad that you told me. Permanent 50% chance that the enemy grenade will be a dud. I believe I already had that before, but now I gotta run after this ass hat. Shut the fuck up, dude. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That was for me. That thing was coming for me. Do I have you? No, I don't. Okay. So, Thuggish Splicer. Yeah, I want you too. I totally want you. Tell me what you want, what you really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really want. Increased damage is what I want. Now, shut up, bitch. Okay. Also, this camera I just need a break. It doesn't really help you. If you try to use this camera in particular, it won't end the way you hope it will end. Also, this machine over here has hack tools, so if I end up needing more hack tools, I believe it's only if you hack it. So I'm going to go ahead and hack it with an automatic hack tool and go and purchase 2 hack tools. Because money is not an issue for me either at this point, but I do have to subjugate. Holy shit, I have been playing a lot of Attack on Titan. I do have to deal with 2 of the 2 little sisters here, and we're gonna be listening to a lot of these. So.
That's quite a little monster Fontaine's dug up. And when she does speak, which is almost never, her accent is thick and grating. Her hair is filthy, and she seems to wear the same mustard stain jumper day after day. But I've got to hand it to Frank. Tenenbaum is the old-timer diamond in the rough. No formal training, no experience, but put her in front of that gene sequence and she's Mozart at the Hauptschule.
Alright, taking some pictures. Rosie, hi there. Hi there, Rosie O'Donnell. Let's not have any issues quite yet. We're about to have some issues. Do I have any explosives near here that can help me out? I'm not gonna get away with any more photos, am I? Damn. I'm gonna make this really easy for you guys to watch, which is doing this. And... Alright. enough for everyone? Did that appease everybody? Oh, shut the fuck up. Just stop it. Are you even... I don't even... Just stop it. I have other things to do, and you're messing with my... Okay. Rescue, of course. And I think I get a teddy bear because of this. I think I do. I'm regretting putting the camera a little bit higher because I'm not tall enough for this.
Adam improved every aspect of man except his character.
Thank you for helping.
Perhaps there is a plasmid that can grow the spirit. Perhaps in your DNA, the secret lies. I've sent a little one with some goodies to help ease your burden.
Oh, I hope it didn't have health packs because it's gonna be right here. Hey, little girl. And Armored Shell 2. That is one of the big advantages of going this route. So we got Armored Shell 2. I've got the damage research. I've got they get stag discharge 2, and hopefully we're about to get a physical tonic here as we purchase some gene upgrades. Combat, is it a combat or physical tonic that does that? Deal and resist damage. Yes, it's this one. So you're gonna see me now that I'm just gonna fuck. I'm not gonna fuck. That was the wrong way for terms to go. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just. This is just not the time. This is not the time for something like this. I need to be able to hack a little bit better for when I'm off camera. And, yes, greatly reduce the hacking speed. Yes. There we go. That helps out a ton. Other than that, do I need Incinerate 3? I've never had Insect Swarm because it's not really all that useful in my hands. You guys wouldn't see me use it all that often, but I will use Incinerate when I know that it might be weak against fire, so. You're not in danger, little girl. It's okay. I'm good. But, shit. Now I gotta go to the gene place and do all that shit because I wasn't paying enough attention. And fuck balls ass cock. I was saying something about not being tall enough, and then I just hit something randomly, and then shit went haywire. Here we go. I wanted to be able to do Armored Shell and Armored Shell 2. So I've got both of them on. I am resisting damage up the ass, which is where I'm not taking things because I can resist damage. So anyway, we are going to try to fly through some of this. We've got... Hey there, shut the fuck up. Do I need your picture? No! I forget who I need pictures of, but... That head splicer. I get health back too when I hit people.
That's it, kid. You're Busto. My new friends will catch up with you soon. Kid. I hope they make it quick.
Kid, I hope they make it quick. And I'm going to tell you right now, that should be your first insight into Fontaine's characteristics. That Fontaine actually has something about him that is off from his normal character. And it might be kind of like, what is it? You can't put your finger on it. But I'm going to tell you right now, that was your first, pick up the dollars. That was your first clue onto Fontaine and his feelings, true feelings that he might have about the situation that he's going through right now. And it's the last character you would think of that has feelings about this, but hey dude, I need your picture. So shut up. Come here. Who did I get? I got the nitro slicer. Yeah, I need more of you though. And is that... No, I want the nitro. Yeah, I got A again. Yes. Yay! What do I get because of this? More damage increased. Now let's smack the shit out of them, okay? Oh shit. And we'll go ahead and do that. And okay. Everything taken care of. Is everyone calm? Shut the fuck up! Is everyone calm? Calm down! Everybody calm down by dying fast, please. Oh, I can do this by hand. I don't need to waste one of these. Yeah, I got all those so I wouldn't have to do this with you guys watching. And then I go off and do it with you guys watching. Sorry, but things and stuff and reasons. You know when there's things and stuff and reasons and you have to do things and stuff because of reasons, then it's the reasons that you do things and stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, it's the nature of things. It's the nature of things. Oh, I hear the other one I gotta kill. Let me break this camera. Actually, this camera is helpful. Hey there. Do I need any more pictures of you? No. Chill. Cool. I don't need anything from you right now. What I do need is something from you. I always need something from you. Because you steadily make things better for me. No, don't give me that look. Don't you give me that look when I'm talking to you. Lots of pictures. Oh, Rosie O'Donnell. Come here, Rosie. Come here. Yeah, there we go. Rosie loot almost always contains rare invention materials. Oh yeah, I did get that before. Okay, so Rosie, I'm going to use electric shock on you. Oh, wait. Okay, so I'm first gonna start with this. And, well, beat the shit out of me. Nope, I'm not strong enough to just beat shit out of. Rosie, hi. Oh, shut up. Why are you trying to do things to me right now? I really just need to reload this. Ah. Man, I made it look so easy with the last one. They do get harder as the game goes along. It gets about 10 times harder when there's an asshole over here doing shit. I need your picture. Somebody take your picture. I'm gonna remember this shit, but just somebody take your picture. Yeah, don't act like that smoke bomb just did shit for you. Try to run away. I need your picture. Hold on. Oh, never mind. Score too low, can't do anything else about it. Cool. Alright. Excuse me, gotta get to the crying girl. Excuse me, pardon me. Excuse me. Must harvest. Must snap her neck. Don't really want to snap her neck, but that's what's gonna happen here. Snap that neck. And I promise I will not cheaty chatty. Brass tubes. Yes, I do always need those. Oh, no, shut up. Stop throwing shit at me. I need you. Thank you. Permanent 35% chance that it'll be a dud. Okay, cool. Now shut up. That one was a dud. Let's go restock our hour.
Welcome to the circus of...
Oh, hack only if I to get the kit? Damn it. Alright.
Welcome to the circus of value.
Hey, let's get some more film. And I'm good to go. G to G, as the kiddies say nowadays. I'm so hip and jive.
That Tenenbaum ain't what you think. Florence Nightingale, huh? That'll all come crashing down before you can say... canned tomatoes. I've seen good bunco, and I've seen great bunco. But when you waltz through Rapture and World War II without even a scratch, You got more than leprechauns watching over you.
So he just revealed that he has a connection to Tenenbaum that for some reason they're at odds. At the same time, he just said, Tenenbaum, there's something up to be able to survive pretty much 2 wars.
All those years, we thought we were making progress with our skinner boxes and our electric shocks. What a waste of time. Until Adam, you could no more domesticate a child than a boa constrictor. Fontaine gives a Suchong history for child that he wants to imprint into child ahead. Kid, not a person. A jukebox, ready to play whatever tune Fontaine wants to hear.
Yeah, so finally it's out in the open, and they're actually going to be talking about it from Suchong's point of experience especially. That as a child, you were simply just a tool the whole time. But we're going to talk about the mind control antidote.
Fontaine become some kind of boogeyman in Rapture. Ultimate gives him power. But peel back flim flam and a humbug, he's just another conman. And like all conmen, he worries he'll end up on the wrong side of grift. That's why he commissioned a lot 192. The antidote to the mental control plasmid. Fontaine said I better not tell anybody about the antidote. Not even Tenenbaum. And Suchong is inclined to listen.
Yep.
I knew there was something to that. Always secret when with Suchong, always secret. He must have this lot 192 in his lab near Apollo Square. I once stole a dose, brought it back to my flat, second floor, but those apes would have taken it back to Fontaine's penthouse upstairs. I never knew what lot 192 was for, but Suchong was doing something in secret. On this, I keep my eye.
I don't like this any more than you do, kid. But you gotta understand where I'm coming from. I got 12 years down here. Big investment. Man can't walk away from a long con like that. Kills me to turn my fist to you, but business is business. Don't let it get you down. Won't make a difference when this whole place is fish food.
So, yeah, you definitely just got a lot right there. And as far as what I'm doing here, by the way, oh, not electric bulbs. Set people on fire for right now. What do I get now? Chemical thrower range, breakage chance, rate of fire, the machine gun kickback reduction. Yeah, that actually does help a lot. So we'll go ahead with that one. 3 fully upgraded. Oh yeah, that's right. I upgraded a different one when I just played before. Go ahead and break this. I'm gonna be going through things as fast as possible. I'm really trying to keep the game like intact, cohesive, and everything it has to offer while speeding through right now.
When it was done with Culpepper, I left her as she was in the bathroom. I seen she had a blanket half knitted by her bed. It was nice, you know, black and red, real pretty. So I took it, so I could have somebody finish it, so it could be of use to someone. It just didn't seem right to leave it lying there all by itself.
Come here. I need pictures of you. Stop running away when I'm trying to photo. Somebody take your picture because you are ugly as sin and need it. No one else is gonna do this. I gotta move out of the way. And bitch, please. Yeah, that's what happens. I don't think I'm gonna be finding as many spider splicers around, so I can't be relying on their hearts for my health. So whenever I see one of these guys, go ahead and break it and pick it up. Because I ain't scared. I ain't never scared. Well, what? Whose flat am I in right now? Whenever I skip floors inside the buildings, it always throws me off here. Alright. flat am I in right now? Whose flat am I in right now? What are you? Sneak up. Who are you? Well, I'll turn the water on for you. Looks like you might need to clean off. Yeah, flush the toilet. Because that's the important thing I'm doing here. Okay. Alright.
Funny, but his wife.
Alright, so we're out of here. I'm gonna be going up to the upper levels. This is Sander Cohen, by the way, his area. Home of Sander Cohen. Yeah, we killed him. Did I take a picture of him? Because there is an achievement, if I remember correctly, for taking a picture of the guy who asked you to take pictures of dead bodies. What are you guys? Houdini spicers? Lots of increased damage now. Coming after you. Sorry I didn't give you a chance to defend yourselves and or tell me that you weren't going to hurt me. But I've met your kind before, and I believe you were going to hurt me. I believe you didn't want me. I believe in a thing called love. I know it's just listen to the rhythm of my heart. I don't need to be corrected on that point. There's a chance we can make it now. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna stop that now. We're gonna stop the karaoke session. Is there something behind this? I can't remember. Can't remember. Oh, shut up, bitch. Is that a lot of liquid nitrogen? Is the other one liquid nitrogen, or do I get... No, the other one's napalm. I don't need it either. But wow, everything in here has been burned up. I guess there is nothing for me. I thought there was a secret in Cohen's abode. I swore there was. I'm not gonna spend time on it. As I just said, I will be rushing through this. With that said, I'm spending time on it. I'm going away now. Okay, I'm going away. Going away. Going away. Oh, damn. Dipsy dang damn. Look at the time. I don't want to cheat and go through that door with the code that I know what the code is.
Hate to see you this way, kid. Hell, I was there when you were born. You ever have a dog you gotta put down? Breaks your heart.
By the way, I hate this apartment. Yeah, dog you gotta put down. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Why do I hate this apartment? These would be dead children, and the first and last you will see of them in this game. Not a big fan. Never have been. I'm gonna say, and I think I'm talking on the safe side here. I don't think I'm gonna find many people who are going up against me for this one. Dead children, not my thing. Just really kind of itches me the wrong way. Dead children do. So, wow, that health pack is not worth it. Some worth it. Okay, so we're not going to be getting much further in this episode because I ranted so long. I'm about to end it, but I'm going to end it by going to Tenenbaum's apartment for you guys. So, at least we'll have a stopping point for the apartment. There isn't another one. What are you doing? Are you a new one? Do I get to take your picture? Hey. Hey, what you doing? Hey there. What's up? Hey, you look pretty. You look pretty today. I just wanted to tell you that. Okay, leaving. Okay, thanks, bye. Tenenbaum. Yes, that is her flat right there. And where am I going? I've already been here, haven't I? Didn't I just do this walk around? Didn't I just do this? Wow. It's like deja vu all over again. Oh, I missed the stairs. Because I is the idiot. Alright, let's go on up here. There's a security camera. I don't care much for it. Don't care much for it. And here I go. There we go. There we go. Destroy that security camera. Can I... Here's a question I want answered. Does Bruno Mars is gay? Can we answer that question? No, not that question. Throw this at that. It doesn't do shit. Well, glad I have that answered. So.
Parasite, get out of the
Well. No. You don't get to do that. I will tell you if you can live and or not live. Don't try to do otherwise.
Looks like things have gone busto between Fontaine and his little German beanpole. Why a guy like Fontaine would waste his time with that spooky crowd when he could be getting the gravy from any dish he chooses is beyond the understanding of this paparazzi. Even reset the door code to 5744. Maybe to be double sure that beanpole don't spout up in his yard again.
Beanpole. And
Look at my home, torn apart by Fontaine and his pigs. No doubt he had the samples of Lot 192 taken to his penthouse. Entrance is in lobby, but the damn thing is always locked. You will not believe me, but there was a time when this place was all so beautiful.
so I left it right there simply because
What do you take me for? Some kind of mental incompetent? We tossed Mother Goose in the roost the moment she decided to grow a conscience. You won't find nothing here, kid, except maybe her memories. And trust me on this, you don't want them.
Yep. So, this game is a game that now gets a bit more story heavy as we now know the true past. Hey, shut up. Do I need lead heads anymore? Do I care about you? No. You're complete. Stop it. If I didn't get health back from beating the shit out of him, that would be annoying. So, penthouse. If we go to the penthouse and we enter into 5, 7, 4, 4. We get to go and we get to hit the elevator. And now...
They say to save one life is to save the world entire. I made a place for the children here, but it is you who are their savior. Will you stop here, or will you deliver them from this terrible city at long last?
So that's her really the first time talking about the choices that you're making. Are you going to be their savior, or are you going to... When she says stop here, she really does mean stop here. Like you can...
Hello? Who get the goat who disrespect me?
Oh, crap. Crap. It's really hard to go invisible with the chameleon stuff when they see you.
Clean it up! Clean it up! Come here
Whee! Bob and weave. Bob and weave. Bob and weave. What have we talked about bobbing and weaving before? You gotta bob, then you weave. Bob and or weave. Oh, there's a thing to deactivate. Oh, son of a bitch. Come here, woman. Gotta beat the shit out of you for some health. I want to use a first aid kit. I want to pay for first aid, and then I want to beat the shit out of it. That's how it's done. Alright. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to show you guys the first step of trying to get unconditioned. And we are now in... Ta-da.
I'm gonna miss this place. Rapture was a candy store for a guy like me. Guys who thought they knew it all. Dames who thought they'd seen it all. Give me a smart mark over a dumb one every time.
Mm-hmm. He's referring to the idea that if you can outsmart somebody that's smart, it's easier to fool them. The idea that if you can be the smarter of somebody that's smart, damn it, drank alcohol. That it's easier to fool over somebody dumb who might actually not actually be any of use to you. You could fool them, but what does that tell you? What does that gain you? But somebody...
These sad saps. They come to Rapture thinking they're gonna be captains of industry. But they all forget that somebody's gotta scrub the toilets. What an angle they gave me. I hand these mugs a cot and a bowl of soup, and they give me their lives. Who needs an army when I got Fontaine's Home for the Poor?
And now you hear how he kind of gained his following. So there is that finally. Fontaine's Home for the Poor. Now that's how he had so many loyal subjects. I almost said subjugations again. Jesus H. I've been playing a little too much of that game. But that's a really good way to be able to make someone indebted to you when they feel like they owe you something. And he figured that out pretty fast. I know what I'm looking for is right there. I'm just looting his place real quick. BRB. Turn on the sink. I like wasting all of his shit. Turn on the bathtub. Because fuck you. Yeah, you gotta pay for that water bill. Or you gotta take a saltwater bath because you can't afford the fresh water. Yeah, go screw yourself. Really getting you back, aren't I? Man, sticking it to him. Love doing that. Sticking it to the man. Let me go ahead and take this and shoot it at that one. I thought that should have shorted out both of them. Okay, so doesn't matter necessarily. In a second, let me electric flesh 2. I don't need that right now. So here it is, lot 192. The thing that should undo the conditioning done to me. Let's drink it and see what happens.
Yes, the compound is taking hold. The effects of the mental suggestion are now gone, but there will certainly be side effects.
Yep. Lot 192 has got some side effects. Your plasmids have become unstable, and you are temporarily unable to choose which one you have equipped. Yeah. Saying that's just a side effect is a hell of a thing to say.
Lot 192 has reorganized your entire plasmid structure. Should have known you would need a larger dosage. You will have to locate another dosage to fully remove the effect.
Yep. Couldn't be done with just one, could it?
Now go
I don't need you anymore.
In there, no doubt there will be more at this lot 192.
I need you. Oh, yeah, B. I didn't get him centered. More B. What up, B? Now I gotta kill you. You use up so much of my film. Gotta kill you. You gotta die. Oh! Winter Blast! Yeah, fuck you, fuck you. So anyway, that's what we are on the search for now. We are on the search for another dosage, as taking one dose, just one dose, of lot 192 has actually screwed with my genetic structure so much that I am fubbernucked without another dose. So I'm gonna leave it off right here as we go off, get another dosage of it, going to continue our battle against Fontaine now, as he is now the main antagonist of this game. You could tell from that one recording that I kind of skipped by that actually Fontaine and Tenenbaum were together and they had a falling out. So that's, if it tells you anything about why Atlas kind of had his own idea at the very beginning and Tenenbaum had her other, he said she grew a conscience. They together, he's trying to make you question what she really is, and what he's trying to make you do is realize that at one point she was okay with her morals. They were kind of ambiguous, and they were kind of really flexible as long as they made scientific discovery for her, blah, blah, blah. But once she actually felt that maternal instinct for her that she talks about in the audio diaries early on, she starts to change, and she starts to actually have a conscience about her about what is the right and wrong choice, which is not something Fontaine really has much of. He had no use for that. They broke up. So, they have a history. The history is now kind of revealed and all put together. So all these characters, like, I have a story. It's actually pretty awesome. So, thank you so much for watching. This episode went over a little bit, so I'm going to cut it off right here. I know I yapped on a little long, but I will put in there, you guys, whatever. You'll know how to skip past it, but thank you so much for watching. If you were with me to the end, you might have liked this video, so go ahead and hit that like for me. Also, if you want to know when more videos like this come out, go ahead and hit subscribe. It's also a charity channel, so every subscriber is actually really helping. If not just helping for the fact that you're going to be coming back and watching some amazing content, I'm hoping I can live up to the word amazing, that other people will see that this is a place worth stopping by, taking some time to watch a few videos, maybe subscribe themselves. Also, talk to me in the comments about what I've been talking about here. What's your opinions on what I just brought up? I brought up a lot of stuff at the beginning of it, and also there's a lot of story now that is just being, now that you know that there's story, there's a lot of story being pushed at you here. So, what do you think of it, and what are your thoughts just in general? And finally, this is a charity channel. 50% of everything that this channel revenue makes goes back to charity. When we get a YouTube check here soon, I will show it to the camera, prove to you guys exactly what it is. We're going to split it down the middle. We're going to focus on charities that deal with medical conditions of families that need help because financially they couldn't afford the treatment, or they got the treatment and now they're in financial crisis. So, also check out the Patreon, because I'm trying to make this my full-time job, and it's pretty much a full-time job doing these videos, producing them, and putting them up every single day. And the faster I can do that, the more I can start focusing on this being my life's calling and work, and less on having to go back and do other side jobs. I'd rather that finding the charities, finding families to help, producing the videos, making content, and being on YouTube be it. So consider checking out the Patreon. This is as little as $1, and it does help. It helps more than you even know to make it so this is something that can become sustainable in the long run without me having to make the channel like just boom overnight. So, but I'm trying my best, and when it's not needed, I'll just take the Patreon down and you guys can stop supporting that way. You can just watch, or you can support the American Brain Tumor Association until I get a link where you can actually just send money after charities on your own if you feel so inclined. So a link of all of that is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna sign off right now that I've been a chatterbox. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I hope to see you back here really, really soon. Bye. Step 1, stab his back. We stab the back. He brings the hand over. We jump on the hand. He brings the hand back over to his other side. He goes.